got something behind your eyes, the way you're talking, it's a cheap disguise. We were made to chase the light, but you got saved on a moonless night.
Think of this thought for a moment. You could be with your spouse for 20 years, and you truly don't really know who they are yet. You develop who you are over the course of a lifetime. Partnerships and life teaches us, how to be the best version of ourselves. Or it will be challenging and difficult, a very difficult course or relationship. Each individual is on their own journey, and they're growing together. Each individual grows with one another, doing what purpose they were given. When you reach the point that there will never be anything that could ever break that bond or trust, that's a life partnership, and it's quite special. It can be very profound as well, and it's one of the most wonderful feelings in the world. And it blossoms. Love is everlasting until death, at least until death. This is a true peace, and what more could we desire in life equaling to unmeasurable, unconditional love? For example, love is intertwined with sacrifice, right? However, it doesn't really feel like a sacrifice when it comes to love. For example, your friend or partner had a horrible day at work and you had an incredible day at work. When that person tells you that they had a horrible day at work, you're not going to instantly say, "Oh, wait, let me tell you all about mine." You'll sit there and listen, and you won't say a word about your incredible day at work because you really love that person, and that's what truly matters. And it's a sacrifice that you're making, but you don't feel as though it is a sacrifice. The accumulation of all these little things weighs a great impact on the world that we live in today. The communication is the same. It's a lifelong commitment, and it's all of the little things that add up. Leadership is very similar, if not the same. It's an accumulation of moments that build that bond and that trust with the leadership. For example, when you ask someone how their day was or how they're feeling, you actually care about the answer. You actually listen. Those innocuous, caring, loving moments mean a lot and can really impact someone's life. In other words, caring desperately for others. Love never goes away. We are all unique and extraordinary. In different ways, subtle or extreme and broad and loud, but we all are very unique and extraordinary. Leaders have absolute love and devotion for people around them. And then almost every person, I would say, really has this for the people around them, whether they realize it or not. We are highly attuned individuals that feel very in-depth emotions. You never really know what another person is feeling or going through until you listen to them and listen closely. That's leadership. The communication with the other side is the same. It's consistency and bonding and trust. It's a multitude of things. Most people quit with work that cannot be measured. I could put it this way. If you fundamentally believe that this is your purpose, or in other words, the correct course of action, and you stick with it, it becomes greater and more profound. If you believe there's something there, you commit yourself to that act of service. Something there isn't a purpose, or it could really mean little things too. Of course, we'll make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. But if you're consistent, you will see results. It's the same with this work. It's not about the events or intensity, it's consistency. You begin to learn the synchronicities that you would have never noticed without consistency, without really consistent studying and research. And you can You can even eventually learn who to trust and not to trust with these things if you really pay attention to certain individuals out there who prey on people in this work. And you will also notice the ones who really do desperately care for others and don't want them to suffer. I believe that people shouldn't suffer in this life or the afterlife. And I take the time, or I make the time, to do what I can to help. The daily practice and consistency teaches us new lessons and, lessons we would never expect. And it gives us reminders to keep going or keep doing this, or brings up something that we had long forgotten. Even the monotonous moments matter. A lot of this really goes back to my communication and the bond and consistency that I have with these angels that help me and aid in myself helping other people as much as I possibly can. It's a really special, unique situation and partnership to be in and to have. And it all comes down to consistency. And even in the monotonous moments, it's important to always be consistent and be strong, especially as a leader. I recently saw a woman on YouTube who was absolutely just devastated. She had lost her son, who she believes was murdered. And she reached out to one of the, people who have a lot of subscribers, and he flat out told her that she had to pay or he would not help her, and it would be in a group setting instead of an individual one. And she seemed quite devastated over the situation. So it's little things like that that kind of show you who an individual really is. Bless your souls.
Who are you